Our first stop in our look at sports this week takes us out to Brooklyn, where defending ACC Tournament champion Duke made a statement Thursday night. Marvin Bagley III craved the big stage, and he got it. The ACC Player and Rookie of the Year led the Blue Devils and made his mark with 33 points and 17 rebounds in the 100th victory for Duke in the ACC Tournament. Much are you enjoying playing on the big stage?
I love it. I love it, man. It's something that I've been, working for my whole life. Every day when I was younger, shooting in the gym with my dad, my brothers, watching it on TV. It feels good to finally be a part of it and to get a win on my first time out here in this tournament. It's a great experience for me.
Senior Grayson Allen had a big night from beyond the arc. He finished with 23 points, 7 of 10 shooting from the floor. He got Duke going early and often.
We did a lot of things well offensively. We didn't turn the ball over that much, which is a good adjustment. We've had some very high turnover games. I think we had a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, which is what we want. And then, defensively, just being more active and trying to keep that ball out the middle and the zone.
Why is Duke still the team to beat?
Simply because we're getting better every game. We got some great players on this team, some hard workers, and when we're playing together and as one, we're hard to beat. So we just got to continue to get better every game, continue to play with each other, and play hard, man, and the sky's the limit.
And if Duke is there, that probably means North Carolina isn't far behind. The best rivalry in the sport, separated by less than 10 miles, will take center stage tonight at the Barclays Center, nearly 500 miles away from its home. But the BK has become a new home for the ACC, and Duke and North Carolina, who will meet in the semifinals in Brooklyn for the second straight year. Duke ended Notre Dame's ACC tournament run on Thursday 88-70, while North Carolina overcame an early 14-0 deficit to beat Miami 82-65. The win sets up round 3 for the Blue Devils and the Tar Heels tonight at 9 p.m. The two teams split the regular season, with each team winning on its home court. Neither team is in line for a 1 seed. Kansas holds the final spot in most projected brackets. But if either Duke or North Carolina can win the ACC tournament, combined with a Kansas loss in the Big 12 tournament, it can find itself atop the region in just 3 days. Oh boy, our BronxNet cameras will be back in Brooklyn tonight. The championship game is Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. We've got you covered right here on BronxNet. Earlier in the week, New York's team started strong in the ACC tourney. Here's more. Syracuse taking on Wake Forest on day 1 of the ACC tournament in the BK. Frank Howard dishes to Tyus Battle for the jumper to start the game. The Orange are cooking early. O'Shea Brissett gives it up and gets it back for the up and under. The crowd loves it. Cuse starts the game on a 24 run. But the Demon Deacons would battle back. Bryant Crawford puts it up and Darrell Moore throws it down. Wake Forest trails 30-24 at halftime. To the second half we go. Pascal Chukwu gives it up down low for Marek Dolezaj, and the foul. Dolezaj finished with a team-high 20 points. Later in the half, Frank Howard comes up with the steal and leaves it for a wide-open Brissett. Syracuse wins 73-64, its first tournament victory since joining the Atlantic Coast Conference. Here's the team moving on to day 2.
Everybody played great, but I think the key was defense. They really they didn't make shots and threes, and it was key.
We were able to move, get out to the shooters, make them put it on the ground. We got a couple turnovers in the beginning, and that really made them think. So, that's what you want to do, make the offensive guy think.
The Cuse was able to dispose of Wake Forest, but number 6 North Carolina ended the run on Wednesday 78-59. At the Garden Wednesday night, St. John's and Chris Mullin scored a huge win in one of college hoops' other great rivalries. Number 9 St. John's upended number 8 Georgetown and Patrick Ewing 88-77. The two legendary players turned coaches have reignited that rivalry. St. John's was flying high but had to play right away Thursday afternoon and lost to number 1 Xavier 88-60. In the postgame, several St. John's and Xavier players exchanged words in the handshake line. Reports indicate that some of these St. John's players also tried to get into the Xavier locker room to continue the on-court fireworks. The Big East is investigating the incident. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. The Mets have shown some glimpses on the hill that should keep Amazing fans optimistic. That rotation still gives the Mets a fighting chance any season, especially if they stay healthy. Matt Harvey allowed 2 hits over a pair of scoreless innings against the Detroit Tigers on Monday in his second spring training appearance. He believes he's back on track. Meanwhile, Noah Syndergaard, who should be the opening day starter, Cade 7 over 3 1/3 innings on Thursday for the Mets. The Mets are 5-9 in Grapefruit League action. Meanwhile, the Yankees and the defending champion Houston Astros have 10 wins this spring. The Yanks are 10-3 and the Stros are 10-5, putting the Bombers slightly ahead, a place Yankee fans hope to be all season. Expect Houston to be their most formidable opponent along the way. The Pinstripers have looked very good, although spring training is what it is. Aaron Judge made some headlines this week with his comments about his one and done in the home run derby, something new manager Aaron Boone supports. Judge, of course, has plenty of time before July to change his mind. The All-Star game is in Washington, D.C. this summer. I would think, as of right now, Bryce Harper and new Yankee Giancarlo Stanton will be the headliners. On the NFL gridiron, there's been a ton of movement in the last 48 hours. The L.A. Rams have agreed to trade linebacker Alec Ogletree and a 2019 7th-round draft choice to the New York Giants for a 2018 4th-rounder and 6th-round selection. Trades can't become official until the new NFL league year opens on March 14th. Great move for the Giants and their new brass. The Rams and Denver Broncos have finalized a deal that will send veteran quarterback Aqib Talib to Los Angeles in exchange for a 5th-round draft choice. The Seahawks are likely to release 4-time Pro Bowler cornerback Richard Sherman today, Friday, according to ESPN. And among the other big moves this week in the NFL, defensive lineman Michael Bennett is going to the reigning Super Bowl champs after taking a hometown discount, to stay in Seattle. Bennett is headed to Philadelphia. The Eagles agreed to send a 5th-round choice and wide receiver Marcus Johnson to the Seahawks in exchange for Bennett and a 7th-rounder Wednesday. The MLS will be back in the Bronx Sunday as NYCFC returns to Yankee Stadium for the club's home opener. NYCFC will host the LA Galaxy at 5 p.m. on Sunday. The team opened with a 2-0 road win. The Red Bulls will face Portland on Saturday. On the ice, the Rangers fell 5-3 to Tampa Bay on Thursday and will be in Florida Saturday to face the Panthers. In motor racing, IndyCar will open its season this Sunday in St. Petersburg. The race starts at 12:30. Through the streets of St. Pete. On the NBA hardwood, the Knicks are in Milwaukee tonight, while the Nets are home Sunday to host the Sixers. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for one dark horse this March Madness that is worth keeping an eye on. The best part of March Madness is the Cinderellas, the upsets, the small-timers with big-time dreams. Up in Purchase, New York, Tucker host Max Pierce is now in the online final for the Dark Horse Dunker competition, which will send either Max or Navy's Tom Lacey to the NCAA Dunk Comp at the Final Four at the end of this month. Max is listed at 6 feet tall, but when you see the videos, you'll soon realize that might be a little bit of a stretch. He's thin, not that tall, and sports a baby face, but man, oh man, can the boy fly. And now Pierce and Purchase, a smaller Division III school, will square up against Navy, a Division I program, for a chance to have one of its own represent at the dunk competition. Go to darkhorsedunker.com today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and every day through the next week till Friday to vote for Max. When you see his video on the website, you'll know what I'm talking about. March Madness is for the dreamers, big or small. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.